Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So I have felt very called to make this video for a long time. I'm currently sitting in my apartment, and this video that I wanted to make is mostly for the girls. If you're a guy, you can also stick around, I guess, too, but it's mostly going to be aimed more towards at women. And I have just seen one too many girls that are okay with a guy cheating on them, baby mama culture, and overall just in general talking to other girls, being friends with exes. And I'm saying all of this stuff minus the baby mama thing I have gone through, and I was okay with it for a very long time. I thought that this was the type of treatment that I deserved and that I should be getting. For whatever reason, I don't know who put that in my head. It's a lie. And so I'm going to be going over what it is that you deserve and how you can achieve that. Well, as a woman, you already deserve that, but how you're going to get that out of a man. Mind you, I'm saying man, not a boy. And when I say boy, you can literally be dating a 23-year-old boy. And the girls who get that, because I'm not talking about necessarily the necessarily the age, right? But more or less the maturity of the man. A man is mature. A boy could be 23 years old. I'm 23, so that's why I'm using that as an example. Can be the same age as you and still act like a literal child. A child. And I'm going to tell you how to avoid that. So, starting off strong. I was cheated on multiple times in multiple relationships by different men. I didn't go back to that man after I found out he was cheating, mind you. But there was some issues with, I needed to learn my lesson. And one of those lessons was, when your gut tells you something, it's telling you that. So, for example, I believe in God. So in these, Jesus Christ. So in these examples, I'm going to be using Jesus as insert whatever you believe, but that's what I believe, right? So one of the things that really stuck out to me with the healthy relationship that I have now is the first thing that we talked about on our dates was not, what is your body count? Do you send? Just other stupid, dumb questions that I would have put up with in the past. It was, yeah, I love Jesus, and if you don't, then we're not gonna date, point blank. He obviously didn't say it like that, but that's what he was implying, and so was I. When you level up and when you ask God to help you level up, you're going to see so many blessings just come into your life. But mind you, those blessings are gonna come with trials and tribulations, so be prepared to be signed up for that path in 2024. I did not expect the things that were going to happen to me as quickly as they did. But when you ask God to level up your life, that's one of his favorite calls to answer. I swear, it's like that. But it does come with a lot, right? So one of the ways that I leveled up first and foremost was I stayed single for a very long time, a couple of years actually. And this helped so much. It allowed me to gain this perspective of, I need to focus on Jesus. I need to focus on that relationship. And then also, I just need to focus on myself. What is this? If you've gotten cheated on 3 times by 3 different men, maybe you need to take a step back and realize, not to victim blame, but maybe I'm the problem. Why am I continuously choosing these types of guys? Why am I I should pick these types of men? What got it in my head that I was this continuous lesson needs to keep on happening in order for me to finally learn that this type of behavior is never acceptable, right? So going back to my original, right, I was dating boys. These men were the same age as me. They were 22 years old, 23, whatever. They were literally children. They acted like children. If they didn't get their way, they'd throw a fit. And in more ways than one, throw a fit. So when I started to realize this, I was like, oh my gosh, wait a minute. They want all the benefits of a wife and a girlfriend. And it's crazy because these same men will sit here and say, oh, I want a housewife, but have no house to put her in. Let that sink in for a minute. And when I say girls, I'm talking about myself. That's who I'm talking about. Because I really was okay with this behavior for a long time. And I finally realized this isn't okay. The second thing that I did to start leveling up my life was I started to give. Right? I started to give. If you don't believe in giving to churches, that's fine, whatever. I myself, most of the money that I have given, I'm going to use this as an example because I feel like this is important. You obviously don't ever have to talk about this if you don't want to, but I gave a decent amount of money to, my background's in marine biology. So I was giving to all of these conservations, all of these shark and ray internships, right? All that money was going to doing things for research purposes. I would give a lot of money to different just conservation projects. That's where most of the money that I have given has gone to. Also giving to my church, right? Just recently, if you really want to level up your life, start giving. That's literally the law of money. If you want to receive, you have to give. And once you start to realize that, is when things really kind of start to elevate for you. So, for example, when I gave like the first $1,000, this is not like over a year, this is over like multiple years, like probably within the past 5 years, that like collectively I've given over $1,000 to different charities, because I've always worked multiple jobs, and I feel like if I'm able-bodied enough to work multiple jobs, then I should be able to give back to those like things that I care about, which is conservation, ecology, all of those things, right? Marine organisms, different ones that I care about. And so just recently, this is gonna sound like a really sad story, but then once I realized what was going on here, I was like, wait, no, even more is gonna be given back to me. So what happened was I was digging, so I just recently moved to South Carolina, right, from Florida. I lived in Florida for a little bit, moved to South Carolina. I was digging through my mailbox, and it was from the first month that I moved in. I was opening up like all the mail. I hadn't really like looked in my mailbox yet. I hadn't even really cleaned it out, to be honest with you. Like, I just recently started looking at my mailbox. I've been at this apartment complex now for like 3 months. I know that's on me, right? So looking through my mail, I see that there's like a scratch off lottery ticket thing for one of the dealerships down the road. Like, it's legit, right? It's not like a prank or anything. Also, how would somebody get something in my mailbox so you have to like lock and key it? So like, it was probably legit, right? Actually, it was. I called them and confirmed it was legit. And it was a scratch off like lotto ticket that this, I think it was like Honda or something like that was giving out. And I go and I look at it, and I won $1,000. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, that's insane. Like, that's so crazy. So the next day, right, because I'm like checking my mailbox at like 9 o'clock at night, right, so their dealership's not open. I go to call them, and I was like, hey, are you guys still doing this? Like, I just won $1,000. Like, I'm so hyped right now. Like, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like I could pay off some credit card debt with this. I could do like X, Y, and Z with this. Like, this is awesome. Like, $1,000, like, that's pretty cool no matter who you are. Like, that's like chill, I guess. And they tell me like, oh no, that stopped at like last month. We stopped doing that. I had $1,000 just randomly sitting in my mailbox. And some of you are like, you dumb idiot. To which I would say, yeah, I probably need to start checking my mailbox more often. But my point is, anything that you give does come back to you, whether that's like, right, literally like I gave like $1,000 and then it just like automatically came back to me in one day. So my goal is to hit like 10K by the time I'm 29. I want to have donated like $10,000 to different conservations, churches, charities, all of these things that I love because I want to give. Excuse me. That's just something I've always wanted to do. So if I've already received that $1,000 that I got back, like, mind you, it's not mine, but like, I know that the law of money is if I give, I will receive. That was just motivation. I know it sounds kind of insane, but that was motivation for me to keep going and for me to continue this walk of giving, because it's already, if I just got $1,000 back, imagine how much I'm going to receive once I'm giving like my full 10K, right? Like, that's crazy. That's like always something I've wanted to do, but it will come back to you. That is how you level up. If you truly want to level up, that is how it goes. Because, and the other thing about it too, is you have to believe that you will receive, okay? Getting and acquiring money is like, it's transactional both ways. You have to give in order to receive, but you also have to receive once you are given things. For the longest time, another reason why I was accepting these crappy relationships is I didn't think that I deserved to receive good love, but I've always given good love in my relationships. A compliment that I've been given many, many times over and over was, you are such a good girlfriend, right? So why would I not deserve a good boyfriend? Why would I not deserve a good boyfriend? I'm sure as many of you are probably on here thinking as well, right? Why wouldn't you? So when you give a certain amount of love, that love will be given back to you, whether that's in a relationship with, I don't know, just like coworkers, your bosses, like being like you're an amazing employee, or like, you know, just anything, like just some random person off the street is gonna like compliment you back, or maybe you'll find $100 on the ground. I had $1,000 in my mailbox that I didn't even know about, right? So when you start to do these things, it always comes back to you, but you have to be willing to receive it, because when you're praying to God, again, I believe in God, so that like insert whatever you want. When I'm praying to God, hey, I really want to be like famous, or I really want money, or I really, you know, need all of these things, make sure you're asking him how. And that's the third step. Because yeah, we can ask all day long, you know, like, but then you just sound like childish, you know, or you asking the universe for stuff. Ask them how. How am I going to do this? That is a very, very important part. When you're doing your meditations or your journaling or praying, like, make sure you are asking the how, or asking a trusted advisor. How did you do this? Something I've always done is my bosses who I've really looked up to, I've asked them the how. How did you do this? How did you get to where you're at? because I want to be you. Literally the best thing you can possibly do is see people that you like or influencers that you like and just do what they're doing. I'm not saying copy and paste them necessarily, but I am saying that when you take that same energy that you like in other places, make it your own and authentically do it. But that is just, I don't want to say copy and paste, but like do what they're doing. They have all the resources. They will give you the tools. Most people who are in positions of power, they want to help you, or people who are above you, they want to help you because then they know, hey, this person's interested. Like they're coming and asking me questions. And when you ask somebody questions or ask for advice, they love that. People, that's like a psychological thing. They love it when you want to help them or when they can help you, because people love it when you ask questions about them or their business or whatever. Like, how did you get to this point, you know? They will love that. My fourth part of advice is to truly, genuinely, and this is gonna sound so cliche, but thanking God, again, insert whoever you believe, every single day for the day you woke up. You just woke up today. This is how you're gonna level up, because your story is not done. You still have more leveling up to do. That's why you woke up. Your alarm didn't go off. God woke you up. That's how I've always seen it. And when you thank him and you truly submit your day to him each and every morning, you're gonna see so many abundant blessings. I mean, like genuinely. And like I've always submitted like my night to him right while I'm sleeping. Like, please protect me, do whatever it is that you need to do. But like when I'm submitting my morning to him first thing, I'm not looking at TikTok, I'm not scrolling on Instagram. I'm praying to him, thank you for waking me up today, because somebody did not. You know, somebody else didn't get that privilege to wake up this morning. Their time, their story is over, their time is done. They don't get to come on YouTube here and make a video for the first time about self-love and improvement. But these are all the things. I've lived in 4 different states in a matter of about 12 months, so a little over a year. This is how I've been able to do all of this, genuinely, and leveling up. It didn't matter when I was an intern, I was making $500 every 2 weeks. I was still tithing, I was still giving to conservations, to churches, to whatever it is that I was interested in that week. I was always giving. And mind you, when you give that much, it always comes back to you. It really, truly will. I can't like express that enough. So this is me passing that knowledge along, because I went from an intern to a full-time job where I'm able to afford an apartment with no co-signer, right? So it really is something, when you give, you will receive. I can promise you that. The second thing is, right? Not the second thing, but the second thing about that, which I was saying, is being grateful. So submitting your day and then just being grateful that you woke up. I know that sounds, again, cliche and stupid, but again, you have, for example, I'm able-bodied enough that I can work 2 jobs, right? That's a blessing. That is such a blessing. And that's why you should give. That's why, and I'm not even saying giving money. I'm saying like give your time to something. If it's, whether it's like a dog shelter, like, you know, volunteering there, or volunteering at a soup kitchen, or volunteering your time and money with maybe like babies, or like helping out at your church, or help it, just something. Even if you don't have money, do something time-wise, you know, like if you just don't have money, like there's okay. I think a lot of people think that like giving has to be money. It really, if you don't have anything, you can give your time. Like really, truly, you can. And like that time that you give, whether that's with animals at a shelter, or with people, or with babies, or with children, that will also come back to you in the form of love as well. So don't think that that time is ever lost. It's not. It does come back to you. So that is my 4th piece of advice. I think I'm on number 4. 4th piece of advice, and I really hope that that helps some of you in your journey, because, you know, like I said, I've moved around a lot at the ripe age of 23, and these are things that have helped me get through a lot of it. And just having faith in yourself. You know, if you don't have faith in yourself, maybe find a group or a community that does have faith in you. For me, that's my sister. You know, all right, I guess 5th thing really quick. For me, that's my sister. My sister has always believed in me. I've always believed in her. She's one of the smartest individuals I've ever met in my entire life. I will die on that hill. And because of that, her believing in me, she sees the things in me that I don't even see sometimes, you know? And having that strong community and those strong, you know, like relationships, especially with other women, is so, so powerful. So I hope you take that piece of advice as well too. And I hope it helps.